Hey everybody, welcome to week 4. So you're halfway through the course. I'm sure a lot of you are happy about that. 3 weeks down, 2 to go. So, and plus you got me here, so that should make you even more happier. So, got my little spring flowers out there for you. Let's jump in here real quick, and I'll try and keep this short. Um, Last week, week 3, discussions were great. You guys are very good on the interaction. Um, you know, either or, the discussion about products, different products. A lot of good ideas, a lot of good thoughts in there, and sharing some of the things we like or don't like. Um, and same thing on the CEO thing. Most of you were doing the product comparison, so that was real good. The other thing on the homework, the two companies, the internet thing, same thing. You know, pretty good insight on Amazon and also on FedEx there. So no issues there. Good discussions, good homeworks. So let's jump up here to week 4. Week 4, you got 2 chapters. Chapters, I believe it's 7 and 8. So chapter 7 has to do with branding, what's called branding and positioning. Like I always tell you, unlike this particular chapter has like 30 slides, but every week, you have to take time, pretty much every day, instead of trying to cram on one night and get all this down. Things you always have to pay attention to is terminology and things like that, and how things interact. Like here, you got like brands have 2 parts. They got the name and they got the mark. You got like logos and things like that. So there's differences, and sometimes it's similar and overlaps, but there are differences and different terminology for different things that are done in the marketing world. So as you go through these chapters, you'll find different things. Like here, one of the objectives here is effective brand. Think about Coca-Cola, Disney, Marlboro, American Express, Ford. What questions do they answer? Why are they effective for whatever the reasons are? I like Ford. I don't own a Ford, but if I was going to buy an American car, I'd buy a Ford. And just because of things they've done. One of the things they did, which I like, was back in the bailout days when all the companies went to D.C. to Congress and sat there, and people in Congress started chastising them. The CEO of Ford left and said, "Keep your money." And so they've done very well without the bailout, whereas like GM took the money. I didn't, as far as economics goes, my view on that was they should have been allowed to do bankruptcy. Company would still be here, but instead, did the bailout thing, which cost a lot of money. Ford was able to do it, so should have GM. But that's just one aspect of, as a consumer, see, that's what marketing is. What do consumers think? Pros, cons, back and forth, whatever the case is. So, all right, so enough rambling on that. So anyway, as you go through these here, you got all these different strategies and values, like brand loyalty, equity, things like that. So on chapter 8, it's got to do with ethics and social responsibility. Social responsibility, it's more important now than it was 50 years ago. Today you have so much stuff, and a lot of it's covered in this chapter here, but there's transparency where, hey, if something happens, it happened because of internet, Facebook, all that, Twitter, and all this other stuff going on now. So there's the word transparency is there anyway. You hear a lot of politicians use it, and so companies have to. They don't have to, but most companies today have bought on to the social responsibility aspect. It's also a part of their P&Ls, or profit and loss statements, like they got expenses in there. Social responsibility is one of their expenses. They give out a certain percent every year, whether it be to the local children's shelter or food, or to the community reinvestment, whatever the case is. But social responsibility is just something that companies do now. And it also has to do with the you know, the ethics, you got the little pyramid here, you know, you got ethical issues, legal issues, economic things, you know, it's all part of um, how companies are supposed to operate. You got watchdog organizations now, you got federal laws, you know, you've got a lot of different things now that pretty much put companies where they have to do certain things, not just in the social responsibility, but in the ethical aspects too. If they get caught, you know, there's you know, they get fined, people go to jail, companies go out of business. That's the other, you know, that's the other thing now with social media. Something really bad happens, company go out of business. So, you know, so a lot of information there. And like this chapter 8 has, yeah, 25 slides. So again, you know, good information here, things you need to know. Not just for the course, but even for yourself, like on this chapter, the ethics and social responsibility, because there's things that you can carry on later, depending where you're at. You can say, hey, we should be doing this, or shouldn't we be doing this, you know, whatever the case is. So, okay, so I'll quit rambling there on that one, and that one, and let me see, our discussion from this week is about, here again, you got your two choices. So you pick either one. This is usually a good one also on the discussions, just like the previous discussions in the course here. You guys doing great on those. Lots of interactions, good explanations, examples. So just keep doing that and you're good to go. So let me see that. And then here's the assignment. Again, the assignment's pretty long, the same lines as the other ones. You do the websites, company websites, and you know, see how they operate there. And again, those of you that have been up to date on this, good stuff, covering all the bases. So that is good. Alrighty, and what's left? And then you got your quiz. So, alright, so yeah, this week, you know, you got your presentations, discussion, assignment, and quiz. And then next week, alright, pretty much the same thing, but you got your final exam. You do not have a project, so that's good, I guess, right? So, alright. Alright, so that covers this week. So I try to keep it a little short there for you. And the only other thing I have is a test question. So you just let me know what the answer. Yuck. So there's the test question for you. Alright, so I'll let you go. As always, got any questions or anything, let me know, and I'll get back with you. And otherwise, you have a great week. Take care.